Alright, guys, I'm going to be journaling the trade I took today and gonna be looking at what happened and what went wrong. So, if anyone wants to watch, feel free, but I'm gonna be talking and commentating anyway, so whether no one watches or someone watches, it's chill. But you know, I don't know. Might as well just stream it. So the trade I took today was a change state delivery off of the first presented for value gap. So this is my first strike model. I was anticipating this to be essentially high resistance liquidity, right? Because every time we pushed up against it, we were rejecting. And then we had a clear drawn liquidity to the downside that I thought would be actually somewhat nice, which was we had Asia relatively equal lows. Where is it? Yeah, we had relatively equal Asia lows right here. And so I thought, well, it seemed possible that we would go and just continue and dump straight down to those lows. So we're going to try and figure out what went wrong here and what I can learn from it. So I'm going to mark out all the draws and liquidity, right? We had market open, low, and then the Asia relatively equal lows. And yeah, first presented for value gap. And another reason I really liked it is it's like essentially what it was is it was like a death candle, right? We death candled through, like we inversed it up to the upside, and then we death candled down. And so I figured, okay, this seems very, very bearish because we just death candled back through the original inversion of the first presented for value gap. So it seemed like pretty reasonable that we could continue down to these Asia relatively equal lows. So as you can see, here's kind of the change in state of delivery here. Retested it. Let's take a look at true opens. So we had 730 right here. So 730 got manipulated there. So it was kind of a little bit of a second stage distribution play because I was thinking, okay, there's 730. That got manipulated. Then here we have our 90-minute true open, which got manipulated here. Right? So I'm looking at these things and I'm saying, okay, those got manipulated. And then, yeah, we kind of started displacing lower, got the first center for value gap, so, common sense, just going with the trend. Was expecting I honestly was not expecting it to reverse because, well, we obviously failed. When we inversed the first center for value gap, we failed. So then we broke down, got a change in state, and I was expecting us to just pop up and then dump all the way down. And honestly, I probably would have gone 3R on this. So because the relatively equal Asia lows were kind of where I was eyeballing, right? That's kind of what I wanted to see get hit. So I saw this is kind of accumulation, manipulation, high resistant liquidity, 15-second change in state, and then I likely would have targeted relatively equal Asia lows here, and yeah. So stop loss went like right there. So, and I'm gonna start journaling every single day. I'll probably do it live every single day because I just think it's important. So, there's your change in state. And then once again, if I project this down, that's essentially exactly 3 projections. So there's 3 projections. So anyway, it definitely fit the criteria of a valid first strike. So I will give it post-trade approval. Would I take it again? That's another question. I don't know. We're going to have to figure out kind of more in detail what went wrong. Here's my break-even spot. And probably would have maybe even gone break-even here, honestly. And yeah. This was the trade I took, right? You know what one thing I'm now thinking about that I don't like is, once again, I remember this. Wait, why did I still take this trade? Because I remember we were gonna wick into it. We were wicking into it. I was like, if we wick into it right away, I'll take it. And we didn't, and then we curved back up and inverse this gap. At that point, I should have said, okay, this is not a great first strike anymore. I remember that. So I'm going to take some notes about that because, yeah, when I think about it, that was absolutely right thought process. So my initial instincts to take it were valid. What happened is we inversed the first presented FEG to the upside, but then it failed via a death candle, and so I knew first strike was high probability. Here's the thing. It was only gonna be high probability if we wicked into it right away. We did not. Instead, we swept out liquidity in most of the bodies and then 15-second inversed higher. At which point I should have known the first strike was going to be lower probability. Had it had tapped into the CSD right away, then without taking internal lows, the story would have likely been different. In general, the reason this wasn't as good was because internal lows were taken and we were going against a nice 15-second inversion to the upside. I don't think it was terrible. I'll give it post-trade approval. I would not take this again because of that exact reason that I said. The 15-second inversed into it. And yeah, that is the exact reason why I wouldn't take it again. And it's hard. It is hard to go against the RTH gap. You know. I'll make a note of that as well. So it is also somewhat dangerous to trade. Nah, cause it, you know, sometimes that ends up happening. Trade against the RTH gap, but to be fair, sometimes it works. So yeah, accumulation. Hey, what up, Simon? Good to see you, bro. So this is the trade I took today. It was a loss. In hindsight, I really do not like that I traded against a 15-second IFG. I really don't like that, and I really don't like that. This would have been a lot better, Simon, if instead we wicked into it right away, because then I still have this as a break-even spot. Because we actually came down, take these lows, and come up, I don't have that as a break-even spot. So those are essentially reasons why I think it failed, and I don't think it was as good. So yeah, I was anticipating accumulation, manipulation, and then yeah, basically kind of like a second stage distribution type of thing, which a lot of the time will happen, especially when, well, and it was going into the macro too, but the market ended up deciding that it wanted to run this low resistance liquidity instead, and it wasn't going to be high resistance liquidity. So yeah, I don't know. I think in an alternate world where we wick into this right away, we probably would have gone at least the market open low, I would think, and then reverse. But also the reason is because the 5 minute candle bodies were respecting there was a volume imbalance from yesterday that it was respecting. So anyway, I'm just gonna journal it, move on. I don't care. And I think it was okay, but it could have been better because of the fact I was going against that inversion for value gap. So 9:47 first strike, 1 minute in line with the 15-second. Live. And once again, I really liked that what happened is we inversed the first presented for value gap to the upside, and then we got a death candle right after. So I figured, okay, people long from the first presented for value gap getting inversed are going to likely get stopped out at the lows. So it was very logical, but it was against this inversion on the low time frame. So I'll give it post trade approval. I will not take it again, and I probably would have targeted 3R. And it honestly could have been. There's always better trades. There's always better trades, but it's okay. Whoops. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and upload it. Put it in Reflect IQ. Oh, actually, no, I'll put it in Reflect IQ. I'm not done with there's some trades from the other day I haven't done yet, but it's all good. I'll do it when I get time. $9.50 came in clutch. Dude, did you catch the top? If so, that's crazy. Anyway, it makes sense why I took it, but in hindsight, I understand that now I understand the logic behind if we were gonna go, we should have wicked into it and then gone and not had an inversion for value gap to the upside that I was going against. It just made it lower probability. Yeah. Don't go really trade against inversion for value gaps. You'll get cooked. So. Dang, bro. Good job. I wish I took the outside bar instead, bro. There was an outside bar that was at I don't know what time, 10 something. That was just so good on the 1 minute. It was amazing. It just makes me jealous because that would have been 4R today. That would have been really, really nice. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to keep showing up. Okay, so I put the trade in. Let's just put, I'm just going to put the one. I'm not done with Friday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but it's all good. I'll finish that later. What is this? Reflect IQ got upgraded, huh? February 19th. NQ. Loss. And the reason I put minus 200 is because I standardized the risks at 200. Because when I scale it, it's not going to be the same. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna put it on Twitter. That's a new thing I'm doing every day. Is I'm really trying to make sure I put everything on Twitter. Zero out of 1 today. In the moment, I really liked this first strike. The first presented for value gap. Because of one specific reason. We had a death candle after we already inversed it to the upside. A lot of the time this will work. However, in this case, I overlooked. We had already taken the good break-even spot and had 15-second inversed. Already taken the internal lows and had 15-second inversed back up, which it's never a good thing to trade against an IVG. The lows from the open from yesterday. Let me look. Oh yeah, the market these lows. Yeah, we're probably going down there. Then we probably have the Asia equal lows coming soon as well. How do I shorten this? Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just gonna have ChatGPT shorten this for me because I don't even know what I'm supposed to do to shorten it. Okay, I'm gonna say shorten this for me so it's at least 124 characters less. Let's see if that... There we go. Okay. ChatGPT is a lifesaver. Alright. Okay. Saving this. All right. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to end the stream.